So hi Claire, it's good to see you again today. How are you feeling?
I'm not too bad, Shelley. It's lovely to see you too.
Excellent. And are you happy to go through your medicines today as we discussed?
Yes, I think that would be really helpful. Thank you.
So if we start with the first thing, what medicines are you actually taking at the moment, just to make sure my list is up to date?
I'm taking pramipexole,
Yeah.
1.05 milligrams once a day, and risagilin, which is a 1 milligram tablet, also once a day.
Lovely. And we've got that you take both of those in the morning, is that?
I do, yes. That seems to be the routine I've got into.
Lovely. Excellent. So I'm just going to run through kind of a few questions around kind of how you're going with your Parkinson's. At any point, please do just ask me any questions. I'll probably take a few notes as we're going along, just so that I can summarise at the end and make sure I haven't missed anything. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So just in terms of kind of in touch with your specialist team, when was the last time you saw your consultant?
So I saw my consultant and in fact the whole MDT and specialist nurse at a group appointment of about 4 months ago now.
Excellent.
And I'm due to see Parkinson's nurse on Friday.
Excellent. So you're well in touch with them.
Yeah, I am. I'm well under their wings.
That's great. And how would you rate your control of your Parkinson's symptoms at the moment? Are you...
It's been very well controlled for a long time, but more recently I've noticed perhaps a little less control, so I'm just wondering whether it's been 1.5 years since my dose has changed as to whether things are moving on and whether that may need some review in due course.
Time to change things a little. And are you experiencing any particular new symptoms that are making you feel like that? Any?
A little bit of night sweats.
Yeah.
And otherwise more sluggish in my walking. I notice that particularly at work. I walk quite long distances, and there are times when my walking is very easy, but almost instantly it can change to be like I'm walking in treacle. And so I do wonder whether that is an indication that things are slightly less well controlled.
And that's quite a new thing, not something that was happening.
Yeah, it's not something I've experienced right at the beginning. It's certainly something that is becoming more obvious to me.
There's times. And are you finding that it's particularly predictable what time of day that can be, or is it?
There seems to be no rhyme or reason to it at all. I can't predict. It's not in the morning or the afternoon or anything in particular. It just comes on and goes away almost as quickly as it's come on as well. It's extraordinary. And
it's not related to kind of your busier days or anything like that?
I don't believe so. You know, some of my symptoms, my tremor, I can associate much more with anxiety and stressful situations, but that's not the same with that sluggishness. That just seems to come with that without any warning.
Lovely. And apart from kind of your movement symptoms and your walking, are you having any other issues around kind of sleeping or with your bladder or anything like that at all?
My sleeping is... I know a lot of people do report problems with sleeping. I think I've been very fortunate up till now. I do have occasional nights where sleeping is more difficult. If I awake, it's more difficult to get back to sleep again. But generally I'm very active, so I'm quite tired at the end of the day. So sleep is something that I need, and I seem to be afforded that. I do wake up usually once in the night to visit the loo, and that's pretty much every night. And my mobility is very difficult at that time of night. I walk with difficulty, but I seem to go back to bed and fall asleep again, and the rest is good after that.
Yeah, and that kind of waking up in the night to go to the loo, is that kind of a long-standing thing, or is it something that's getting worse?
It's not a new problem. It's just something that's always been there, really.